Imagine being born without any knowledge, no preconceptions, no beliefs, no ideas. What would you be like? How would you learn? And how would your mind develop without anything already in it? This radical idea of the mind as a clean slate, completely empty of anything at birth, was proposed by philosopher John Locke in the 17th century. But does this theory really hold up today, or has it been proven wrong by modern science? Let's take a deep dive into Locke's concept of tabula rasa and discover the shocking implications it has on how we understand human nature, personal growth, and society. What if every thought, every belief, and every piece of knowledge you have was never truly yours to begin with? Locke's tabula rasa theory presents the idea that humans are born with a blank mind, free from any inherited knowledge. But how does this work in the real world? According to Locke, everything we know is learned through experience, shaping our understanding and behavior. Imagine the implications this has for our personal identity. If we are born with nothing, how much of who we are is really us, and how much of it has been shaped by society, education, and culture? Our beliefs, our decisions, and even our emotions can all be traced back to the experiences we've had. Could this mean that we are all essentially a product of our surroundings and upbringing? This concept challenges the idea of innate knowledge or inherent instincts, and suggests that our minds are more like blank canvases, influenced by the world around us. But does this truly explain the complexity of human thought? Can we really be a blank slate? Or are there deeper forces at play within us? These are questions that have left philosophers pondering for centuries, and they still hold a significant weight today. Locke's theory of tabula rasa isn't just about an empty mind, but it's also about the enormous potential we have to shape our own identities. If we are all born with a blank slate, then it means everything we experience has the power to shape who we become. No two people will ever have the same set of experiences, and thus, no two people will ever have the same mind or worldview. This idea gives rise to the notion that we have complete control over our thoughts, ideas, and beliefs. But is it really that simple? Locke's theory suggests that our experiences, whether positive or negative, form the bedrock of our personality and worldview. The environment, education, social interactions, and even our emotions contribute to this process of mind building. This idea has been revolutionary in the development of modern psychology, influencing educational systems, self-help movements, and even how we view the relationship between nature and nurture. But this also begs the question, how much control do we actually have over our lives? If we are shaped entirely by our experiences, does that make us less of an individual and more of a reflection of the world around us? Now let's dive deeper into the nature versus nurture debate. Locke's tabula rasa directly challenges the argument that humans have inborn traits or instincts. Instead, Locke believed that all knowledge and understanding come from external sources. He argued that our minds are like white paper, and all our knowledge comes from the experiences written on it. But today, the question remains, do we truly start as blank slates, or are there genetic predispositions and instincts that make us who we are? In recent years, science has discovered the importance of genetics in shaping our personalities, behaviors, and tendencies. Traits like intelligence, temperament, and even certain behaviors seem to be influenced by our genes. Modern psychology acknowledges the existence of some innate abilities, even though experiences also play a key role in shaping us. The question now arises, if we are not born with a completely blank slate, how much of who we are is hardwired into our DNA, and how much is shaped by experience? This ongoing debate between nature versus nurture is still one of the most significant discussions in the field of human development today. But let's take a different approach and ask this: if we are truly born with a blank slate, then can we really change who we are based on our experiences? Locke's theory suggests that the mind can be fully shaped by external factors, which means we can transform ourselves completely through education, new experiences, and personal growth. But does this idea hold up in today's fast-paced, information-heavy world? Modern society, with its constant bombardment of information and experiences, seems to have the power to influence people's minds more than ever. We are constantly exposed to new ideas, media, and cultural shifts. The question here is, how much control do we actually have over our own minds when external forces seem to hold so much influence? Could Tabula Rasa allow us to become anyone we want, or does society already dictate who we are and who we can be? In a world of constant social media, political agendas, and rapidly changing cultural norms, the question of whether we can still maintain our individuality becomes even more complex. As we dive deeper into Locke's theory, it's essential to recognize that the tabula rasa concept doesn't just apply to individuals, but to entire societies as well. If everyone starts with a blank slate, then it means we are all products of our collective experiences. Our knowledge, ethics, laws, and societal norms are all learned from the world around us. But how does this apply to how we view education and social structures? Locke's theory has influenced modern education systems, as well as how we view children's development. Teachers and parents alike have adopted the idea that experiences, whether academic, social, or emotional, help shape a child's mind and identity. But if everyone starts as a blank slate, should we treat everyone as if they have the same potential? Can we shape a better society by providing equal opportunities for all? Or does the world already create systems of inequality that make it impossible for everyone to truly start with a blank slate? In today's world, does Locke's concept of tabula rasa still apply? With the rise of genetics, neuroscience, and modern psychology, we've learned that our brains are much more complex than Locke could have ever imagined. While many of his ideas still hold value in understanding human development, the concept of the mind as a completely blank slate is being questioned. The human brain is not just a passive recipient of external experiences. It actively interacts with the world around it, forming patterns, learning, and adapting in ways Locke could never have predicted. Even today, the debate continues. Are we born as blank slates, or is there something more to the mind that goes beyond mere experience? The question of who we are and how we become the people we are today still puzzles philosophers, psychologists, and scientists. But one thing is clear: our minds are far more complex than a simple blank slate, and the search for self-identity continues. So, where do you stand on the concept of tabula rasa? Do you believe that we are born as empty vessels, waiting to be shaped by life's experiences? Or do you think our minds are influenced by something more innate and fundamental? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more philosophical deep dives like this one. Stay curious, stay thoughtful, and keep questioning.